Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the morning after show, the morning after the night before, coming to you from the car again. Newcastle won a game yesterday. Everton 0, Newcastle 2. The Toon completing the double over the Toffees in what was probably the best performance of the season. I sort of racked my brains this morning thinking of, when else have we won this season and played that well? And we played well in spells against Burnley, but I think that was a complete performance, back to front, from the first minute, from the first whistle to the last, where no one made any glaring mistakes, no one made any errors. Concentration was key throughout and was kept throughout. Ambition, desire, commitment, bravery, technical prowess. Fantastic performance, fantastic result. Everton fans will probably say they lost the game rather than Newcastle won it, because they were disappointing. I would counter that saying, yeah, okay, Everton didn't play their best, but there's things that we did in the game to sort of prevent that happening, to sort of subdue Everton, constrict them and sort of suffocate them at times. And we employed that tactic throughout the game, and it worked fantastically well. One key thing that perhaps Newcastle will get a bit of, I imagine they're going to get some stick online from Everton fans, was the treatment of James Rodriguez. He was kicked a lot. None of the tackles were horrendous. There was one, I think, from John Joe Shelby where he sort of went down the back of his ankle that looked a bit sore, but it wasn't the worst tackle ever. Certainly wasn't a red card. So, but I would counter that saying, unfortunately, with a player like James Rodriguez, knowing his talent, his technical ability, and how much he influenced when he's on the pitch, and if Everton are playing well, I'm not saying they're a one-man team, far from it, but he makes them tick. He gets them going. He plays these intricate passes. He plays a lot of what I said yesterday to someone I was talking to, paramedic passes, where he's getting people out of trouble all the time. He sort of, the team would be impressed yesterday, and you think, right, we've got them cornered here, and he would just play that pass to get them out of trouble, get them on their way. And it was just, I'm a big fan of James Rodriguez. I think he's an incredibly talented player, but that is one of the ways you subdue a player of that talent and of that ability, is by getting at them, by letting them know you're there, harassing them, and being physical, being aggressive, not giving him time on the ball, because he's one of those players, if you give him time on the ball, even when it looks like he's sort of running out of ideas and he's doing nothing, he's not. He's scanning the area, he's assessing his options, he's having a look at where he can go, and he's downloading everything, all the information around him, and then coming out with a good result. So that was good to see that we managed to harass him and get in his face a bit. So just going to go through the players quickly. There's 3 players I want to spend a bit more time on, or 4 really, but 3 main ones who is pleasing to see a performance from was Jamal Lewis, Javier Manquillo, and Jeff Hendrick. But obviously we're going to talk about Callum Wilson again, because he was immense yesterday. But yeah, Darlow looked a bit edgy early on. They got some, a bit of aerial bombardment. They got some balls into the box that he wasn't particularly comfortable with. The likes of Luca Dean whipping it in from the left, James whipping it in from the left. He put in a peach of a ball. I think Harry Mina headed wide. I was just waiting I wanted Darlow to come steaming out of his net and just grab one of those balls out of the air, just hold it there and fucking glare at everybody and say, yeah, I'm on this here. It didn't happen. A few good punches out, but on the whole he was decent. A good save from, I think it was a James shot, a Richarlison shot, and didn't do anything really that will make you think, right, let's get Dubravka in. There's been a bit of a narrative saying it's Dubravka's time to come back. Darlow still hasn't made a glaring error really. He hasn't had a bad game. Okay, against Villa that first goal was a bit strange, but other than that, I don't think you can take him out yet. Just going to go for Jamal Lewis now, left back. Brilliant. His best game in a Newcastle shirt by some distance yesterday. He was fantastic. Up and down the wing really well. Covered that wing from back to front, and he was just brilliant. He was brilliant. Some good tackles. Iwobi was anonymous for most of the game. He looked to pass the ball forward, and it's just obvious. It just shows he's so much more comfortable in a flat four than he is at a wing back. He did really well. Linked up well with Fraser. Released him a couple of times. Looked to get the ball in the box. Obviously set up Wilson for the second goal. Sorry, but the most pleasing thing for me for Jamal Lewis was the fact that it was especially prudent for Wilson's second goal. He gave the ball to ASM, and instead of looking at ASM and watch him take people on, no, he didn't give the ball to him. But anyway, he got beyond ASM. He got beyond him. I think I can't remember. It may have been a 1-2. It might have been he just got beyond him. But anyway, the point is he didn't just sit off ASM, watch him and think, oh, what's the magician going to do here? You know, he got beyond. He gave him an option, which then drags other people away. It sort of gives ASM another option in case, you know, he's looking at like 2 or 3 players, which usually he can deal with by himself anyway. But it was fantastic to see. He did it numerous times with Fraser as well. Give the ball to Fraser, and instead of just sitting back watching Fraser get isolated, it was movement, and that was a theme throughout the whole team. The movement was fantastic yesterday in comparison to what we've seen throughout the rest of the season. Brilliant. Everyone was on their bike, it passed and moved. Oh, brilliant. 2 centre halves. Fabian Schär was good again. Passed the ball well, looked calm at the back. He's been a suspect in a 4-man defence at times, but he looked brilliant yesterday. Jamal Lascelles again kept DCL quiet, was good in the air. Pulled up with the hamstrings. It's unfortunate. He's probably going to be out of the next game against Palace. Javier Manquillo now, same as Jamal Lewis, up and down, relentless, absolutely relentless yesterday. He had got in so many attacking positions, so many attacking touches. He got a couple of good crosses in, but what was nice to see with Manquillo was because let's be fair to him, he's always got himself in good attacking positions, always. His delivery has been the problem. Whereas yesterday, his delivery wasn't exposed as much because he had other options. It wasn't just Wilson in the box or Carroll in the box. It was Miggy was flitting around the 18-yard box. Fraser was getting at the back post. Wilson was in the box. Wilson was coming wide. Jeff Hendrick was coming down the right-hand side. John Joe and Hayden were available in the midfield. So he had so many other options, and it was pleasing to see. He got up and down well. Like I said, defensively, I thought he was really good because the majority of the play was down his side. If we're being honest, the majority was down his side. So he did really well. I remember one time he got the ball from one of the centre-halves in the right-back position, and he just put his head down and he just went dribble. He knocked the ball ahead. He took his man on, and it's just brilliant to see. It was really good to see from Manquillo, and he's definitely got to be. The right-backs have been changing all the time. After the Liverpool game, I said that Yedlin's put himself firmly in the seat for the right-back slot now. Kraft, I think, is done okay defensively in a flat 4. However, I think it's obvious now that Manquillo is the one. Manquillo is the one. Kraft is, like I said, is okay. Sorry, I'm in a car park and this fucking idiot, I don't know what she's doing here. Kraft is okay in a flat 4 defending, but he can't attack for the life of him. He's not a very good dribbler. His delivery is poor, and he doesn't do. Oh my god, are we going to see a crash here? I'm just going to get out of here. He doesn't do. He's not a modern fullback, and I think a fullback should be a fullback defending first, but you have to be able to attack in some capacity, whether that is dribbling, whether that is crosses, whether that is just getting up in support. Now Kraft doesn't do that. Manquillo, fantastic, really good. In the midfield now, Isaac Hayden, good to see him back in midfield. He was that anchor in front of the back four. He was, like I said, he's the Toon Iniesta. He's always available for a pass. Never gives the ball away cheaply. Good tackles, always pressuring. Yeah, he was just always available for a pass. There was always options. It's too many times this season have we seen the centre back pick it up and they have to go to either one another or to a fullback because there's nothing on. Not yesterday, different story. John Joe Shelby again came close with a free kick. Good delivery like he always is. He's good from corners. The one for Wilson's header was a sublime ball in. Full of running, which has not always been the case. Yeah, good. Harried James Rodriguez, like I said earlier. Jeff Hendrick, what a performance. Again, the best performance by him for some time. When I saw him on the team sheet, I thought, oh, not again. Where's Matty? But Jeff Hendrick worked well yesterday, just a runner. Effort. A bit like Hayden. Always made himself available for a pass. Always, he was always there. Always there to distribute simple balls. Gave Manquillo loads of support, and it was good to see. Really, really good. Energy. Enthusiasm. Fantastic. Fraser. I thought a lot of people online saying he was really, really good. I didn't think he was bad. I wanted to see more from him. Some good touches. Didn't give the ball away much. Much was an option again. This is a recurring theme here. Everyone's an option. It's pass and move. People are making themselves options. People are making themselves available. Not stitching anyone up. Jamal Lewis doesn't have to go back every time because there's options ahead of him. So it was really good from Fraser to see that he was available and helping out his left back. But yeah, I wanted to see a bit more from him. I wanted to see him sort of flying at the fullback, but with the 4-3-3, that perhaps wasn't the idea, and you can't fault it because it worked. Miggy Almiron, who I thought would be on the right, and he was at some points of the game, but primarily, particularly in the second half, he was played through the middle in like a false nine, and Wilson was out to the right, but I thought he was very, very good as well. Miggy Almiron, full of running like he always is, good touches, good turns, always made himself available, ran at people, great passes in and around, setting things up. Good. That's the best of Miggy. The only way he could have had a better performance was an assist or a goal. Probably just a goal. Callum Wilson, wow. What a performance. His best game in the Newcastle shirt, like so many other people. He scored 2 goals. Yes. The second goal, it wasn't the best touch from Lewis's cross, and he's a bit fortunate because Jordan Pickford lost his head completely. But saying that, he slotted it past him. He found the corner. If the goalkeeper's in the right position, it probably still would have went in because it was such a well-placed shot. But looking back at that, a match of the day showed it last night. When the corner, when Newcastle clear that corner and Hayden just sort of volleys out the perfect pass to the wing, Wilson is pretty much stood next to the goalkeeper and he sprints up the pitch. And that epitomises everything. The effort he showed, he battled for every ball, he bullied their defence, he made himself available, showed a bit of bite, giving it a bit of lip to their defenders. Good touches, turns, took people on, ran at people. That header in the first half was a great header. Could have had 4 goals. You had the header, could have had 5. Could have had 5 goals yesterday. You get 5 chances in the Premier League and he took 2. That's not too bad. You know, he had the header that crashed against the bar. He went round the goalkeeper, hit the post. He had that one from Fraser, which was a delicious ball across that Fraser just laid across him, and he shot wide, unlucky. But that header that he scored, oh my word, one of the best headers I've seen this season. Rose, neck muscles, perfect technique, bang into that bottom corner. Fantastic. And he was just a menace. The whole game he was a menace. And I feel for Joelinton, but I think Callum Wilson needs that number 9 shirt because that was a perfect 9 performance. Right positions, ran the channels, endless work, tireless work. Like so many people, I've said it a million times already. Options, pass and move, made himself available. It was so good to see. But yeah, just on a little down note, how much of that is down to Graham Jones and how much of that is down to Steve Bruce? Because 18 months of Steve Bruce and we've never played like that. Graham Jones has been in the job a few days. gets us firing. He was vocal on the touchline, but Steve Bruce is the manager, so I'll give him credit where it's due. Good team, good decisions, pick the right people in the right positions. Miggy in 10, Jamal Lewis in left back, Javier Manquillo in right back, Hendrick in the middle of midfield for a change, Isaac Hayden in CDM. Brilliant. Not getting carried away. They said, Jermaine Gina said on Natural Day, is this a new dawn? Could be. However, the next game against Palace will be a teller. I think if we beat Palace and then playing like if we keep up this performance, beat Palace and beat Southampton after the Southampton game, that is when I'll start to think, right, we've turned a corner properly. Because Palace, let's be honest, it's probably going to be a shit game like it was earlier on in the season. They're not the best team, but Southampton are a team in form. They got good players. They completely outplayed us last time. So if we similar level performance against Southampton, that is when I'll start to think, right, we've really turned a corner. But it's a massive 3 points yesterday against a really, really good team, and we made them look quite average. So yeah, please like, comment, subscribe. Comment below who do you think your man of the match was. I'm going to give it to Callum Wilson purely because of his level performance, 2 goals. But a close second will be Manquillo because I thought he was fantastic. If you agree, comment. If not, comment. Yeah, so see you soon for the review. I think it's Tuesday night. We are playing Palace. Hopefully another big 3 points there at home. That'd be good. Two wins on the bounce, and hopefully we can start climbing up the table away from that bottom 3. You know, get towards the mid-table mark again. Be good. But anyway, cheers. Up the Toon. Come on.